Want to make a difference? Join me every week right here on YouTube and like and subscribe to my channel. And you're going to learn lots of things about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And you're going to realize that I'm the candidate that's going to win this November. But you know, I'm always asked, why did I decide to do it? Why did I run for office? Stay tuned, because I'm going to come back in just a few minutes. This has been the reading statistics in America since 2012. It literally has not changed. 34% of our nation's fourth graders read proficiently. You know, I don't just think that it's your job to just take the time to read and encourage reading in your home. I really believe now that reading needs to be taught well. And our schools are just not teaching reading well. They're not teaching reading. They're not teaching grammar. They're not teaching basic math. What are they teaching? Have you ever asked yourself? And chances are that yourself, the parent, doesn't have a good literacy background either. Chances are that you graduated functionally illiterate like myself. Anyways, just think about that. Hi again. My name is Marla Fernandez, and I'm running to be your state representative. And this evening, you'll know why I'm the right candidate. But first, quick show of hands. How many of you actually have talked to your representative? Comment below with an emoji if you can. I don't know if you can. Or just say, I have. And let me know. Do you know your representative? And when you call them, do you get the feeling that they are listening to your concerns? If they are, that's great. Awesome. But if you're not heard, if you're not listened to, and you don't feel like your representative is actually responsive, you're going to want to listen to me. Because what I'm going to share with you is going to open your eyes, and it's going to enlighten you and activate you. I hope. You're going to fall in love with me, of course. Because there's only one Marla. And I'm a Cuban American. But I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. And for those of you that want to slight me and say, was your Spanish your first language? No, English was my first language. If you find that after this evening, you find me irresistibly awesome, and you just gotta vote for me, and you gotta help me, you know what? I want you to email me right away and let me know that you want to help me on my campaign. I am an extremely amazing person. You're going to find that out. And I am a one-of-a-kind Hispanic gal. And I am honest and fun and knowledgeable. And I will fight for you. And we're going to have a lot of fun together. And if you want me to come over and introduce me to your friends and family, please, by all means. It's rather pretty simple to host a party with me and a meet and greet. And I'll help you make that party worthwhile because I'm a great host. And I'll bring whatever we need, water, cookies, wine. And without further ado, let's jump right in and talk about some of the topics that are going to affect us in the coming years and why I decided to run. But first, I want to know from you, are you a newbie politician? I mean, political aspiring activist? Or are you a fanatic of politics and you just love to be an activist? Comment below and let me know. I don't know. I'm doing a whole new show. When I was a book lady a while back ago, I was pretty shocked at the number of fourth graders in 2012 that scored below reading proficiency. And I was pretty shocked at the trends between 2012 and 2020 and how they weren't really changing. That number is 4 million. 4 million U.S. fourth graders read below reading proficiency. That's 68%. And that number hasn't really changed. And in fact, after COVID, it actually increased. If children graduate reading below proficiency, their opportunities are going to go down. And we need to seriously consider changing the trajectory of our education system. And I am very proud to represent you and be your state representative in November. I will be your friend for 2 years. You can rely on me to fight for you and make laws that protect your life, your liberty, and the pursuit of your happiness. I will make sure that whatever bill is presented to me passes constitutional muster. And what I mean by that is when we make laws, I will make sure that the laws that are being made will not deprive your life, will not deprive your liberty, will not deprive your property. I will fight to protect what you value most. I will fight to protect what we, all of us, deserve. You are the driver in America. You tell me what you value, and I will not trump on anybody, any person, any American person's values in any bill. But I will save the children. That will be my goal for 2 years. I want to show you this document. Do you know what it says? It says, are you worrying about your children's your child's education? Because there's an 85% chance that your little Johnny or your little Jane will never read properly. In fact, there's an 85% chance that you cannot read properly. And you don't even know it. I graduated in 1992. In that year, I discovered that I was a dynamic and tenacious individual, highly positive. I can get jobs like hotcakes. But whenever I got a job, I couldn't keep the opportunity. And do you know why I couldn't keep the opportunity? Because I could not read properly. I cannot do math properly. And I'm not just telling you this to scare you. But if in 1992 I was functionally illiterate, how about everybody who came after me in 1993, in 1994, in 1995, 2020? How many are now functionally illiterate and need remedial skills, English, writing, reading, math skills in college? How many? I bet you that number is more than 85%. I suggest, until I get elected, that you take your children out of school and you homeschool them if you can't afford a private school. But bear in mind, private schools are affected too. They're not all alike. I recommend a parochial school. They are the best in teaching a proper foundation in reading, writing, and arithmetic. I am a homeschool mom. And I've been teaching my son since he was born. I knew from the get-go that if I did not take his education into my own hands, that he wasn't going to learn at school. And what he was going to get at school was not my values, was somebody else's values. Around the time when I was deciding to homeschool, the sex education bill passed. And that was when I said, I'm not putting my child in school. Thousands of parents testified against that bill. And yet, our state representatives did not listen. They did not protect their right to share to have their children have their values. What I love more than anything, I love law. And I love politics. And I'm not afraid to debate and discuss the real hard issues. I'm not afraid because God is in my life. And I've got a very good education now. And I'll tell you, it took me 32 years to level my playing field so that I can get the opportunities that come my way. So why do children's interest in reading in the U.S. change from 100% to 12% by high school? Because our schools aren't teaching our kids to read well. Teachers aren't taught themselves how to teach phonics, how to teach grammar. Since 1984, they've been using the whole word method. And anytime a parent questions them on this, they say, oh, we teach phonics. Oh, yeah, we do. No, they weren't. And they're not. And I question whether they still are not. I remember when they got rid of phonics because I was in 5th grade. Did you know that your child could have phonics all the way up to 5th grade? Some kids need it. They're not teaching spelling either correctly. Today's teachers do not know how to teach reading because they were not taught themselves. Today's teachers are very poor teachers in math. Vote for me if you want this to change, because I have a solution. I'm the right candidate, and I hope you see that a vote for me is in the right direction, because I am going to uphold the Constitution, and I will listen to you and your concerns. I'm not just for Republicans or Democrats. I want to be your state representative. I want you to trust me, to come to me for all your issues and your concerns. And I will make sure that every bill that passes through me passes constitutional muster. If you don't know the Constitution, please ask me for a little mini book and read it. I will make sure that every law protects your life, protects your liberty, and protects your pursuit of happiness. I will not let any bill deprive your life, your liberty, and your property. That is my promise to you.